Right now it's 6, striking back. Iran firing missiles toward U.S. bases in Qatar. And the First Warn weather team is tracking rain, what your commute could look like going home.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown. Ken is off today. We start with the weather. Storms are pushing through the area. This is what it looked like earlier in downtown La Crosse. Heavy rain coming down at a steady rate. Let's check in with First Warn meteorologist Greg Barnhart. Greg, how much are we expecting still?
Well, it really depends on where you're at right now. If you're up toward Clare, it's actually not too bad in conditions right now. They have a few showers, but 82. Now, all the storms have come through La Crosse. We've had a break here. We're back down to 70. So it really depends. And I'll show you on radar. We did have a severe thunderstorm warning that has now kind of diminished too. So nothing expected in Richland County right now. We do have more activity. We do have gusty winds. Hillsborough had a little bit of a tree damage that really outflow those really bright colors there in radar. We're indicated of 60 to 65 at the surface. That has pushed off to the east. So the severe threat is pretty much diminished a little bit. Now it's just a lot of rain. Those are 6-hour rainfalls, and you can see towards Volksfield we had 3.5 to even 4 potentially. So torrential rains in certain areas, but it does drop off quite as you go further north. And overall, there's your rainfalls. You can see that bright area near Sparta. We've seen some rises in creeks there pretty quickly too, and probably some urban flooding and low-lying flooding too. But we are seeing a break right now in the activity too. As you time it out for the rest of the evening, most of the activity will be south of I-90. That activity north of it will probably diminish here in the next couple hours. Most of the severe threat are there, but we'll still have to keep an eye on localized flooding issues for southwest Wisconsin as more activity continues this evening. And later on, we'll kind of break that down. Overnight temperatures much different there. Upper 60s further south, where they won't see much in the way of precipitation and clouds. Mid 50s and cooler, more like you should be. So later on, we'll kind of break down what we're going to be expecting for the rest of the week. We have showers, thunderstorms continuing, along with what the temperatures look like. What the good news is, you want heat and humidity. You don't have it for the next several days. That's good news.
All right, thank you, Greg. And a reminder, you can track weather with the First Warn weather app. It's available at the App Store or Google Play. Breaking news in the Middle East, conflict. President Trump announcing a ceasefire between Israel and Iran, making the announcement on Truth Social, saying, quote, "It has been fully agreed by and between Israel and Iran that there will be a complete and total ceasefire in approximately 6 hours from now, when Israel and Iran would have wound down and completed their in-progress final missions." This comes after the country launched Operation Blessings of Victory. Iran reportedly launching 14 missiles into Qatar. The target U.S. bases there. Iran calling it payback from the weekend bombing on its nuclear facilities. Some 10,000 U.S. troops are based in Qatar. News 8 Now's Allison Fergott is here with reaction and what's next. Allison.
Before that ceasefire announcement, there were a lot of questions about what both the United States and Iran will do moving forward. We spoke with a retired U.S. Army Colonel Gerald Font for some analysis. Colonel Font says the U.S. strikes that happened this weekend all came down to making sure Iran cannot build a nuclear weapon. And while we can't say for sure, he believes Iran's retaliation today was more or less to save face, especially considering that U.S. base in Qatar is so well protected. Right now, Font does not expect the situation to escalate.
We're not at war. What we did for not only for Israel, for the United States, and really for the world was to destroy the Iranian nuclear program.
Did say that the U.S. is still assessing the damage it dealt to those 3 nuclear sites in Iran. If need be, he could see the U.S. striking again to make sure Iran has no ability to build a nuclear weapon in the coming years.
It's possible if the assessment comes back and says that we need to do more damage to make sure that it really puts them back further than a certain threshold number of years.
Font also says those weekend strikes sent a clear message to any of Iran's allies to not get involved in the conflict. Colonel Font said he's also confident in our Department of Homeland Security to be aware of any threats on American soil. And with Trump announcing that potential ceasefire, it does look, at least for now, that we will have more peaceful days ahead. Reporting in the newsroom, Allison Fergott, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Allison. Today, Wisconsin lawmakers are reacting to the latest moves in the Middle East.
I believe that Congress should have been involved in some fashion. I know that's going to be argued probably until, the cows come home. But the bottom line is I wish it would have happened in a different way.
So what does the widening conflict mean for oil and gas prices? News 8 Now's Grace Monk is live with some answers. Grace.
Gas prices could rise as the conflict continues to progress, but right now it's too early to say just how much they'll change. According to AAA's fuel site, the average price for a regular gallon of gas in Wisconsin is $3.04. Last week, the average cost was $2.93. Conflict in Iran could disrupt oil exports, causing prices to rise significantly. Although the future of gas prices remains unclear, AAA's Director of Public Affairs says it's important to note that foreign conflict has driven up prices before.
The onset of the war in Ukraine, there was a huge jump in prices that really, slowly built up over time, escalated, and resulted in our highest gas prices ever on record.
Jarmus says drivers can save on gas by using fuel-efficient vehicles, removing heavy items from your car, and using cruise control. And if you're worried about gas prices affecting your travel plans, he recommends adding a little extra money to your budget ahead of time. In La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Grace. So here's the bottom line. Iran launched missiles toward a U.S. base in Qatar. No Americans were hurt. The White House knew the attack was coming. President Trump called Iran's retaliation, quote, very weak. As the situation changes in the Middle East, stay with News 8 Now for the latest. You can track all the breaking developments on air and online at news8000.com. Coming up, a La Crosse diocese official scammed out of thousands. Who's allegedly behind it and the total amount taken. And a Wisconsin child care crisis. How Governor Tony Evers is highlighting troubles in the industry when we come back.
Farmers and rural homeowners, is it a pain to make time for Saturday trips to your town dump? Big Hook has a low-cost, convenient solution. Starting at less than $2 per day, will leave you a small dumpster and dump it monthly. Call Mike today.
At Vernon Memorial Healthcare, we believe in your birth, your way. From prenatal visits to postpartum care, we provide continuous support, respect your birth plan, and ensure a smooth transition from pregnancy to parenthood. With expert lactation consultants and a comforting home-like environment, we're here for you before, during, and after delivery. Vernon Memorial Healthcare, where your journey is in caring hands.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Get the freedom to save. Get $4,250 cash allowance on this Silverado. Plus, $2,250 in trade assistance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP.
The search for savings stops here at Black River Furniture Outlet, Wisconsin's best price furniture store. Stop in and check out our Poly outdoor furniture, relaxing swivel gliders, loves, and dining sets, available to customize. Inside, shop a huge lineup of Ashley, Catnapper, and Best Home Upholstery. Reclining or stationary sofas, loves, or sectionals available. Set the table or make the bed with sets from Ashley Furniture, and find the perfect rug to tie your home together. Family and veteran owned, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Farmers and rural homeowners, is it a pain to make time for Saturday trips to your town dump? Big Hook has a low-cost, convenient solution. Starting at less than $2 per day, will leave you a small dumpster and dump it monthly. Call Mike today.
An Illinois man is accused of scamming a La Crosse diocese official out of $86,000. The official was allegedly contacted by someone claiming to be a fraud investigator. He was told his accounts were compromised and could unfreeze them, turning over $6,000 of Menards gift cards, and later demanded 3 large cash payments totaling $80,000. A separate incident happened in Tomah around the same time period, in which a different victim was told to put $21,000 $21,000 in a lockbox and leave it in the back seat of a vehicle parked at a McDonald's. That vehicle matched the description of the same red Toyota Camry allegedly used in La Crosse. 21-year-old Anas Vorich is charged with theft and money laundering charges in connection to the scam. In March, he was arrested on related charges in Missouri and Colorado. He could face up to 10 years if convicted. A Sparta man appeared virtually in court today after being arrested in Holmen for alleged possession with intent to deliver cocaine, along with multiple misdemeanor and felony bail jumping charges. 28-year-old Maykin Murillo Palacia was stopped for driving 75 in a 55-mile-per-hour zone and was found to have a suspended license. A canine was alerted to the vehicle, and roughly 170 grams of suspected cocaine and over $4,500 in cash and drug paraphernalia were uncovered. A 15-year-old and another adult were also in the vehicle. The case remains under investigation. And if you're a parent, you're not alone. 90% of Wisconsinites say finding affordable childcare is a problem. Governor Tony Evers is in Eau Claire today, highlighting the crisis as the Child Care Counts program expires in a week without legislative approval. The program has provided Eau Claire County with $24 million since 2020. Now, without it, a quarter of providers say they'll likely close their doors.
They are the ones that are going to make sure our economy stays strong in the state of Wisconsin. So that's the bottom line. But they have good people working there. They've got kids that are there that are learning, and they're doing all the right things. It's just a matter of can they still continue to do it.
Evers also made a stop in Pewaukee today as part of his tour. Holmen residents weighing in on a major road project. The La Crosse County Highway Department is considering rebuilding McHugh Road between Briggs Road and Holmen Drive. Officials say the current road is in poor condition. They'd replace pavement, curb ramps, and add bike lanes. We'll have more on the meeting at 10. The La Crosse Veterinary Clinic is celebrating a major milestone today. The clinic broke ground for its new facility expansion. It's just down the street from its current location on Frontage Road. The expansion will add more exam rooms and separate areas for cats and dogs.
We are also going to have some extra space for potential for future physical therapy. So hopefully we'll be offering some new services in the future.
The new clinic will be located down the street from its current location on Frontage Road. Well, Riverfest is just around the corner, and the hunt for the famous medallion is now underway. Today's clue is festive days and fireworks bright, but your prize hides out of sight. Beyond the crowds in River Sound, your treasure waits on quieter ground. The medallion is hidden within 10 miles of Riverside Park, not buried, and on public property. The hunt has been part of Riverfest traditions since the early 2000s.
So in previous years, it's been found in the Friendship Garden at Riverside Park. It's also found at the Black River Beach and just other locations throughout La Crosse.
Now, if you find the medallion, you win 4 free buttons, koozies, $50 in food vouchers, and 10 free beverage tickets. Tune in at 6 to News 8 Now this morning to get the next clue. We'll have more news ahead, but first,
we have more wet weather. It continues for the next several days, but the entire period won't see rain. We'll kind of break down when the dry conditions will be there and what the temperatures look like for the rest of the work week. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Working with Maxwell White was amazing. They were professional, answered all of my questions.
I give Maxwell White my highest possible recommendation. Maxwell White did a fabulous job on our shower.
5-star plumbing service done right.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward.
Or get 0% APR plus 2,600 total value on this Sierra 1500 model.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
Up to 60% off list at the 4th of July blowout at Slumberland Furniture. Check out our new Lazy Boy Freedom to Choose sale. 6 select recliners, just $4.99 each. An explosive deal. Get an Ashley sofa for just $3.49, our lowest price of the year. Get a luxurious corduroy sectional for just $9.99. A Sealy Queen mattress starting at just $2.99. No one sells Sealy for less. Hurry, the 4th of July blowout at Slumberland ends soon.
Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin is so ready for summer. Right on the Mississippi River, a perfect spot for fishing and fun. Surrounded by scenic bluffs and some of the best hiking and camping around, there's so much to explore. You can experience Prairie du Chien's fascinating history and unwind with live music events that feature the vibe you're looking for. Book your place to stay and discover more at prairieduchien.org.
This is Arby's $7 Euro meal. Do the Greeks have a god of meats? If they don't, is there a form we need to fill out? A number to call? Arby's, we have the meats.
I did know that back pain, foot pain come along with the job of waiting tables, but since getting the arch supports from the Good Feet store, I have had no pain. I'm more positive. It's like opening up a whole new life, like sunshine coming out.
See how we can help you too at the Good Feet store.
When you have a drain backup, you need help fast. From slow drains to clogged mains, we solve it all. Maxwell White has been solving sewer, septic, and drain issues in the La Crosse Coulee region for more than 30 years. Fast, reliable, and professional. Call or book online today.
Yeah, we definitely have activity continues to go on through the evening hour. A lot of it will be centered south of I-90. Now, the severe threat really is kind of diminished. It's more like we'll have to keep an eye on some flooding issues, especially further south. You go along basically southwest Wisconsin, northeast Iowa, down to the Wisconsin River. So the Kickapoo would be one, some smaller creeks too. Maybe as far north as the Black River and all these La Crosse River too over the next several days. Right now, most of the rainfall has kind of diminished a little bit, but really it's the southwest Wisconsin to continue to see showers and thunderstorms continue. Further north, there'll be activity just south of Eau Claire, so you might see some of that brief showers probably through about 8, maybe 8:30, and then the rest of the night's fairly quiet. But you see La Crosse northward, it's going to be fairly quiet overnight. You go further south, it's really the Wisconsin River area and adjacent areas into northeast Iowa that may continue to see steady rainfall, light rainfall, or off and on showers and thunderstorms. When we get to the morning commute, overall, we're going to probably see a little bit more scattered activity, but not expecting widespread wet conditions going on. In fact, some areas will probably start out with sunshine with a north wind as you go further north. Otherwise, here's the morning commute. Really, it's just a little bit of activity starts developing in Iowa overnight. So you might see a little brief showers throughout south of I-90 through the morning hour, but a lot of clouds and not much in the precipitation and a little bit less humid too. That'll be the bigger story. And then in the afternoon time frame, we'll have to keep an eye on more additional activity because this boundary now is stalled to the south, basically central Iowa over to about northern Illinois. So that's where development will happen probably in the afternoon, but that activity probably won't come up into the area till after 2 or 3 and once again south of I-90, so nothing to be expected. It'll weaken, but we could see a little bit of the activity come over some of the evening commute, mainly to the north to Eau Claire and Ladysmith. Actually, a lot of sunshine as you go further north and quiet conditions. So overall Tuesday, we still have those showers going on, but the chance is fairly light, and as you go further north, not much chance at all to see that. So that's the good news on Tuesday. Now rainfall throughout now until the rest of the night, really to 5 a.m. It's really areas or 6 a.m. It's really centered along and south of the Wisconsin River area. Otherwise, the amounts get far less as you go further north, but still training over the areas of Crawford County, maybe Richland County, adjacent areas into Iowa. We'll have to keep an eye on just because of the amount of rainfall. Now, temperatures tomorrow, where they have sunshine, north of Eau Claire, you might get still into the low 80s potentially. More cloud cover further south, more mid to upper 70s, not overall far from average. And once again, the bigger story is that less humid conditions too that we haven't seen too. Now we still have rounds to go, that especially on Wednesday. Wednesday right now looks to be probably the more active period that we'll have with showers and thunderstorms coming in. You see pretty much overall it's going to cover through the morning commute. You're going to see that wrap around, so showers will probably persist in the afternoon, so more steadier rain in the morning, showers in the afternoon, a lot of cloud cover. Wednesday night into early Thursday looks maybe the dry period right now with the main front and system coming through probably in the Thursday afternoon time frame. You'll start seeing activity develop probably west of the area and then push east across. So it does look wet going into late Thursday and Thursday night. The good news, that is probably the final wave of precipitation we'll see. Now overall, a lot of areas will see 3 to 4 inches. Some areas have already kind of seen this, but there is possibility to see additional accumulation, if I could speak right, up to 4 to 5 inches through Friday. So once again, the river situation we'll have to keep an eye on because there is some excessive rainfall possibilities that we might see. But overall, the temperatures staying fairly cool, but then we start warming up by Friday. We have one warm day, humid day on Sunday before another system comes through on Saturday and Sunday, and then more cooler, pleasant conditions going into next week. So the entire period through Thursday night won't be wet, especially Tuesday, but Wednesday does look wet. Wednesday night going into Thursday looks wet too. So we need rain, but we're going to get quite a bit of it probably through Thursday night.
Yeah, and I bet not too many people are complaining about these lowered temps.
No, the humidity goes down.
After this heat this weekend, it was a lot.
Yes,
that wind was our saving grace, seriously.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
All right, thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Brewers continue to make up ground in the NL Central as they begin a new series tonight. And there's a new NBA champion. Scenes from the celebration, plus an injury update on one of the stars from the series. Jacob is up next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Tired of hard water and harsh chlorine? Maxwell White Water Conditioning brings you the all-new Dual Media Water Softener. Say hello to softer skin, luxurious hair, and water that feels amazing. Call Maxwell White today, where better water starts here.
When we say we're stuffing here like a sausage, we mean it.
Mike and Kyle on the sunny side of 61, Sugarloaf Automotive.
We buy and sell thousands of vehicles every year.
We ship nationwide every week. We buy vehicles nationwide as well.
Here are a few examples of why we are the undisputed price leader.
Mach-E's from $30,000 off new MSRP. Lincoln's from $15,000 off new MSRP. Or how about late model Mustang convertibles from $16,995.
Get to the sunny side of 61.
Sugarloaf Automotive in Winona.
At US Cellular, we created an event to celebrate our customers, like Luana here, called Us Days.
Yeah, they give us special rewards and exclusive deals in everything. It almost feels like we're part of a cool club together.
Sure does.
Slide, connect. Woo, woo, woo. Hug, shake.
Us Days just got bigger. All customers get a free phone with no trade-in.
Summer's officially here, and Fleet Farm's ready to go with unbeatable outdoor deals. Stock up on 24 packs of Fleet Farm bottled water. On sale now, just 2 for $5. Get 20 pounds of Bear Mountain barbecue pellets for $7.99 a bag. And spruce up your yard with bags of Superior Weed and Feed for just $19.99. Whether you're grilling or chilling, get what you need at the best prices guaranteed this summer at Fleet Farm. And check out all our deals at fleetfarm.com.
Maxwell White Water Conditioning is the Coulee region's trusted leader in water conditioning. From hardness to chlorine to iron, we eliminate it all for cleaner and healthier water. When you need the best, call the experts. Call Maxwell White.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, a Bryce Terang homer in the 5th inning yesterday seemed like it might have been the big blow that was going to allow for the Brewers to pick up a comfortable win in the series finale over the Twins, but Minnesota made things interesting late. A 9-3 game turned into 9-8 entering the 9th inning, but Trevor McGill picked up a rare 4-out save as the Crew held on for a 1-run win to secure their first sweep of at least 3 games in Minnesota since 1996. The Crew have now won 7 of their last 9 games, and they boast the best record out of any team in baseball in their last 32, with 22 victories in that span. They begin a series with the Pirates tonight from Milwaukee with a pitching matchup of Braxton Ashcraft and Chad Patrick. First pitch set for 6:40. Meanwhile, the Twins' panic button has to be pressed as they have now dropped 9 of their last 10 games and currently sit at 4th in the AL Central with an overall record of 37-40. Minnesota has Seattle tonight from Target Field. That one also getting underway at 6:40. And in case you missed it, the Oklahoma City Thunder are the newest NBA franchise to be crowned champions. It took 7 games, but OKC got it done last night against the Pacers, winning 103-91. The Thunder won 84 games between the regular season and playoffs, which is tied for 3rd most ever in a season. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander named Finals MVP, averaging just over 30 points per game, as well as 5 rebounds and 6.4 assists per contest. Big moment in that game was about 7 minutes into the action when Tyrese Halliburton tried to make a cut and then went down with an injury that has now been determined to be a torn right Achilles tendon. The Wisconsin native entered the game with a calf strain, which sometimes leads to injuries like the one he suffered. Regardless, he tried to give it a go. He's another with the likes of Damian Lillard and Jason Tatum, who sustained torn Achilles injuries in the postseason. A tough break for him for sure. He tried to give it a go. Just makes you wonder how the game would have went.
Yeah, it was a close game the entire time. I really was thinking, I was going for them, obviously. So I thought, I mean, they had a chance, but that's such a heartbreaking scene right there. He's just like, no.
He was very sad, as you can imagine. Closer series than many thought, though. A lot of people thought it might be a sweep, 5 games. You picked the Pacers, which was a good guess.
Pacers in 6, and you picked OKC, so you won in 6.
It was close.
Yeah, very close.
Thanks.
Okay, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
To everyone who finds joy in a great meal, we can't wait to see you again at Culver's.
What makes us happy is making you happy.
We want every meal
to be filled with big bite moments.
Lick the spoon moments.
And even get your hands off my cheese curds moments.
They're just too good to share. From the juiciest bites to the sweetest scoops.
We're all about bringing people together
over delicious food. From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
It's rodeo time in Holmen. Join us this Labor Day weekend at the Cooley Region Riders Club for our 30th annual rodeo. But that's not all. Sunday night, the arena turns into a concert stage featuring country star Easton Corbin with Wisconsin's own Chris Cruzy. From The Voice, purchase your pre-sale tickets to the entire weekend for just $40 at HolmenRodeo.com. This is the premier rodeo experience of the whole Midwest. 2 days, one unforgettable weekend. It's rodeo time. Don't miss it.
Ready for a better career with excellent pay, benefits, and work-life balance? Chart Industries is hiring fabricators. Join the team that's shaping the future and providing awesome pay and excellent benefits. Apply today at jobs.chartindustries.com.
The severe threat kind of has diminished, but heavy rain threat. We'll have to keep an eye on Crawford County and adjacent areas west, maybe Richland County for continuous thunderstorms. So flooding issue we'll have to keep an eye on. Otherwise, we'll have mainly a quiet Tuesday. Still some showers out there, but not that much activity. And then Wednesday and Thursday definitely look wet. The good news is it's cooler and less humid, at least through Thursday and even Friday.
Yeah, but we're getting a good soaking tonight, that's for sure. All right, thanks for joining us tonight at 6. We'll see you at 10.